Officially welcome everyone to the TELUS Virtual Media Center. As the club announced yesterday, William Stanback, two-time CFL All-Star, Eastern nominee for Most Outstanding Player in 2021, and of course, most recently, a Grey Cup champion with the Montreal Alouettes. 68 yards on the ground and a touchdown in that Grey Cup that came down to the wire. So we'll just get right into it. We'll start with JJ Adams from Post Media. JJ, go ahead.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, welcome to the West Coast. What do you prefer? William, Will, Big Will? What do you prefer?
Will, just stand back. A lot of people
right.
just make up different names and stuff like that.
Well, that's what we do in the media is make up great nicknames for people. So I'll put you on the list. What's it gonna be like for you? 5 years in Montreal. Now you're in a completely different color scheme. Has that kind of sunk in yet?
No, not really. But as today is going on throughout the day, I'm starting to really feel it. Seeing a lot of feedback from the fans, and then just a lot of positivity. And I'm feeling welcome. With open arms, and I'm just so excited for what's in store. And I just can't wait to get out there. Meet all the guys, meet the staff. And get the ball rolling.
And there's another former Alouette out here in the name of by the name of Vernon Adams. What's it gonna be like reunited with Big Play VA?
Oh yeah, getting back with my boy, man. We know each other, like the back of our hands and stuff. He knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking, and I feel like this is a great fit for me. I have a head start and getting the playbook and knowing what I got to do and how I'm going to be used. And, just being back with somebody like that who knows who I am personally is going to bring the best out of me again in this league.
Excellent. Thanks, Will. I'll circle back after everyone else.
If you wanted to keep going for one or two more, JJ, go for it.
Oh, okay. Here it comes then. All right. So you said it was a perfect fit, but the Lions, man, they ran the ball the fewest times out of any team in the league last year, fewest yards per game. What do you think about that coming in, and how do you see your role in this offense?
Oh, I thought about it, and everyone talks about it, saying they don't run the ball that much. They don't run the ball, so why they can't win and stuff. But, I'm not looking at it like that. I never been the one to say, oh, I need you to give me the ball, or I had never had that type of attitude, no negativity. I always made sure that whatever I can do to help the team, I'm going to make sure I do it, and I'm going to do it to my best of my abilities. I have a different feeling of how the season will go. Having lots of conversations with the coaches and talking to VA is something that they need, that they want to implement in their game and have a balanced offensive attack. So I feel like I'll be one of the perfect guy to come in there and be right beside my boy VA. And I think things are going to change this year. It's going to be more 50-50.
All right. Could you take me through the last couple weeks when it became clear that you weren't going to be back in Montreal, didn't fit in their cap. Obviously, that's a big change, 5 years in one place and all of a sudden it's coming to an end. What was the last, couple weeks for you like as you kind of grappled with this and then sort of dealt with free agency?
It's a bittersweet feeling, talking to my wife and then letting my kids know that, hey, it's a possibility daddy won't be here playing for the Alouettes anymore. And, they can't understand why. They think we're going to be here forever. But just trying to explain to them the business part of it and letting them know things like this happen. It happens to the best of us. And sometimes we just have to move forward and just see what else is out there. It really wasn't a shock for me, though, to be honest. I obviously had a feeling throughout the season that things were going to probably end up going this route. I never thought that it would be any type of situation where it was the money aspect or anything, because truthfully speaking, I didn't even ask for anything yet. I never approached any number or anything. I just wanted to see how things were going to be. And it was never anything proposed to me. So, fitting into the cap, we don't know if I was able to fit in it because there was no numbers spoken about. We didn't speak about anything. So with that part, I just had a feeling that, this might be my time to go. Just seeing how, the team was starting to shape up where a lot of the focus was towards the defense. I just felt like this is it.
It's interesting. I thought I had read that Danny had said that you were going to have to take a big cut to come back. So there was no proposal to you at all in that time?
No, sir. There was no proposal. I already knew that I had to take a pay cut. That was evident. I had no problem with that whatsoever. It's obviously a pay cut to come to BC, but that never was something that was more important to me. I wanted to be just treated right. I wanted to be respected, and I didn't want to be looked at as I'm just being tolerated. That was the feeling that I was having, and I just wanted to make sure, like, wherever I go, that I'm treated with respect and with like the vet that I am, and I didn't feel that in the building.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. I'll circle back after.
Thank you.
Thanks, JJ. Let's go to Ben Abel from the Golden V podcast, and anyone else want to work some in while we're here? Feel free to use the hand feature.
Hi, Will.
Hey.
Good to meet you virtually. A quick question for you. Just looking at Matt's press release, one thing that stood out to me is the fact that it's a 1-year contract. Why a 1-year contract? Not to put you on the spot, but as a Lions season ticket holder last year, longtime fan, but I also do the podcast. I saw full well during home games how much the running game struggled. So, I see you as you signed a 1-year deal, but I feel like we need you for more than 1 year. Given the way the running game's gone, especially after 2022, when a guy like James Butler left the organization.
Well, truthfully, that's just how the negotiations went.
Right.
I didn't get a 2-year deal. If it was proposed to me, I would have loved that. I would have took that as well.
Right.
But I look at it as a year of me making it a redemption year. I want to come out there. I want to do everything I have to do to be the best that I can be for myself, for the team, for my family, for the people that's in my corner. I just want to come out there with almost like a vengeance and just kick everyone's butt. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
I want to be that dude again. And I know I have the power. I have the ability. I was honestly held back last year. I felt like I could have done a lot more, but due to what was how it was being played out and what was wanted up top, I had no control over that. So I just had to continue to follow, the rules and do what I had to do. So, I didn't put myself in a bad situation. But if it was a 2-year deal, I would have took that as well. But I'm looking at it as a year to show my talents again, showcase it at a high level, and get everyone to believe in me that I am that every down back and I can play a full season.
I have one follow-up question, Matt. Does JJ want to go first, or do you want me to
go ahead. We'll get to JJ after. If you have a quick one, go ahead.
Yeah, just one question, Will, too. Like, how much pressure do you feel? Because the Lions host the Grey Cup this year. I was at the last time the Grey Cup was played in BC, 2011, and that's the last time the Lions won a Grey Cup. So I kind of see you, and I see what you bring, and I'm like, hosting the Grey Cup this year, needed to address the running game, and then here we are with you for a year. So how do you feel about that? Do you think there's a sense of pressure there? Because, this is a big year for BC, right? We host the Grey Cup, and I think a lot of fans want us to take the next step, right? They want to see us get past Winnipeg in the Western Final.
It just depends on how you look at it. I think you can look at it as pressure, or you can look at it as motivation. And I think it's motivation for a lot of the guys that I've been talking to and reaching out to on the team. I think this is the motto that I want to bring to the locker room, that it's easy. We can do it. I'm not saying that it's an easy task, but if you put your mind to something, you can make it easy. You've seen how great this team is. You guys are around. This is my first time, obviously, joining. And I'm so excited because of how dynamic the offense is and the defense as well. All it needed was a running game. It was great running backs, but we just have to make sure that we can stick to it and understand that whenever it's tight games, that we just have to make sure we stick to what is going to keep us successful, and that's having a balanced attack. I feel like that will get us over the hump in the Western Finals. I truly believe that.
Go ahead, JJ.
Thanks.
Damn, sorry. My bad. So Will, is your family staying behind in Montreal, or are they coming out here?
No, they're not gonna stay behind the whole time. They're just gonna let my son stick around for a couple more months for school, and then try to figure out some schools out there, and then maybe transfer him over. But it's gonna be really tough because of the schooling system and the schedules, because they're not done all the way until I believe June, and I want to be out there obviously months before that and figure out where we're gonna stay. But it's going to be a transition that's going to be a little difficult, but we do have help and we have support.
How old is your son?
My son's 5.
5 years old. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's young, so it's not going to hurt him too much, transferring to another school or something like that, just to finish out the last couple months.
I just wanted to go back to ask you about last season. You said this is like a redemption year for you. Did you not feel you were getting that respect in Montreal?
Well, not necessarily from, the fans and everything, because the fans always loved me and I always loved them. I just felt like, to be honest, just from inside, I just felt like I wasn't looked at as the Stanback that everyone knows who I am. Just ever since the injury that I had in 22. I just want everyone to understand that that injury is in the past. I have recovered from it 100%. The stigma, the speculations, and just just everything around my name of just saying that I lost a step or I fell off or anything, it's not true. And me missing games last year kind of was proving people right when that wasn't the case at all. I was honestly healthy scratches. And a lot of people didn't know that. And the thing about it is I'm not one of the guys who talk a lot on Twitter. I don't post a lot. You know what I mean? I'm not all popular and everything like that because I don't do all that. I'm a family man. I stick to what my roots are, and I take care of my family and do what I have to do. But I just felt like everyone was looking at me. Some people in the league as well, looking at me as like, he's not the same Stanback. And back to, the contract years, I look at this contract as a year to prove myself again in this league.
Excellent. You certainly left an impression on BC fans when you ran for triple digits in that game in the summer. So I'm sure you get a good reception from the fans here.
Yes.
Thanks,
so far,
sir.
But positivity, and I love it.
Let's thanks, JJ. Let's go to Nick Wells, Canadian Press. Nick.
Hi, Will. Thanks for this. I'm just curious if you've had any discussions with Rick, just about how you're going to be utilized in this offense, because it is a very pass-heavy offense. So, yeah, I'm just curious if you have had any kind of discussions or reassurances about your utilization.
No, we haven't really got there yet. We just spoke a couple times about just like how we're doing and how the process was going and just the excitement of me signing. But we haven't really talked real football yet. But I'm looking forward to speaking to him probably later this weekend.
Great. That's it for me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. I'll jump in with a couple quick ones here before we're done. William, I know some might say it's an overused word, but you hear the word culture a lot. And I don't know if you caught wind of it or heard about it, but for the culture was kind of a phrase that was adopted by some of the veterans here last year. How much had you heard about that, and how much have you heard from guys, not just maybe just from VA obviously, but about the strong culture that they've been trying to continue here?
Oh yeah, I heard about it and everything like that. I definitely am excited to get involved and bring more culture to the locker room, to the city, to the organization and everything. I just want to make sure that I do everything that I have to do to make sure that I fit in, 100%, and learn what the guys like having fun doing and stuff. Like if they're playing games in the locker room and everything, I make sure I'm a part of that. And I'm big on like having fun with the guys. I'm one of the guys in the locker room who sing and dance and stuff like that. So you might catch me on a lot of videos singing and, acting a fool and enjoying it, because at the end of the day, yeah, it's a business, but you got to have fun with it too. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be a part of that. You're going to see me having a lot of fun with them.
We'll mark that down. William Stanback dancing videos. We'll start those in camp. Okay. And lastly, we were talking before this officially started, and I guess it's kind of ironic. I found myself rewatching a large chunk of the Grey Cup on Monday night. Honestly, not having any idea that we were going down this road. It's funny how it works. But your post game interview with Matt Shinetti, I think it was. You were emotional talking about losing your parents, and then I since read that your father, I think, passed away as you were trying out for the Las Vegas Raiders in 2020. Just that whole story and how much your parents were an influence on you.
Oh yeah. Oh man. That's a story, you know, that I can speak on all the time, and it'll take hours to talk about. But you know, my father, my parents, there was a huge inspiration on me in playing football and coming up. My dad, you know, got me playing when I was 9 years old, and ever since then, you know, he was telling me I'll be playing a professional, and he's always been behind me, making sure that I had the cleats, I had gloves, all of that, and you know, just not having the opportunity for them to see me win, you know, a Grey Cup, you know, it sucks. You know, anyone who ever lost their parents in a situation like that while they're playing sports would know how it feels. But, you know, just winning that and accomplishing that goal, I just felt like they were with me, you know, having that touchdown, you know, them running with me and them celebrating, holding the Grey Cup with me. That's all I could feel. And then, you know, them living through my kids. That's how I look at my life. You know, that's why everywhere I go, I make sure that my kids and my family is going to be with me, and I can support them with everything that I have. So, you know, my parents are the main reason that like I keep going. You know, having kids right after like losing my parents was something wild to me, because I just felt like my parents passed away, and then you know God gave me children to raise, and that's what kept me going in life. So, you know, that pregame, I mean, that post game speech, I was really emotional. You know, it's hard for me to even find the words. You can obviously see that because of just a lot of the thoughts that's going through my mind right now and trying to stay right in front of the camera. you know, it's a crazy feeling. Sorry.
Well said. Thanks for doing that.